Well, fanboy's gonna be mad at me for this one because the 2021 iPad Pro is going back to Apple. What up, y'all? Tight shirt Terry Warfield back in the building, and today, yeah, this is extra tight. I barely got into this bad boy, but anyways, hope you're having a good day so far. If this is your first time here, yo, a fat welcome to you. And if you're part of the fam, you came back, make sure you drop a hashtag fam down in the comments, and while you at it, come give me a hug, give me some dap or something like that. So yeah, let's talk about this. The 2021 iPad Pro 12.9 inches right here on the table, the M1 joint, mini LED and all that stuff. I've made it no secret that buying this iPad Pro did not guarantee that I was gonna keep it because I already have a 2020 11 inch. The reason why I got this is because A, I wanted to see if I could adjust from 11 inch to 12.9 inch, B, to see what mini LED was all about, and C, to see if the M1 really made a difference in the 2021 iPad Pro versus last year's. Now, I know some of y'all are gonna say, oh man, we know Terry was gonna return it. No, shut up, okay? Like, I really have been debating if I want to keep this or not, and some of y'all will also say that, well, you should have just waited for WWDC, which I agree. However, my return period is literally up this upcoming Friday, so I got 2 days left. WWDC is not till Monday, so I can't speak on what's gonna come with WWDC. I don't know. I might have to eat crow after making this video after WWDC. But anyways, I want to talk to y'all about why I am returning this bad boy. And I didn't script this or nothing like that. This is just gonna be off the head. I've been using both of them side by side for about 2 weeks, and these are my thoughts. Let's discuss the size difference first. 12.9 versus 11 inch. Now, I already talked about this in previous videos, so I'm not gonna harp on it. I will put those videos down in the description, but 11 inch is like my sweet spot. Matter of fact, let me go grab it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, let me get all the fingerprints off, the chicken grease and all of that. Y'all know how. All right, I'm not gonna go there. Okay, so this is the 11 versus the 12.9. I hope y'all can see the whole thing. It's a pretty massive difference, right? I bought the 11 inch initially because I wanted an in-between. I wanted something that was bigger than my iPhone and more capable than my iPhone. However, for those times where I didn't want to pull out my MacBook Pro, something that I could kind of use as a bridge device. I didn't want another huge device because I already have a full-size MacBook Pro. So I initially got the 11 inch for portability. I love the size of the 11 inch. I've never in one scenario came across a time where I was like, oh man, I wish this had a bigger display. Now that I have a 12.9 inch in front of me, I'm gonna be honest, I do appreciate the extra real estate, so I have to eat crow on that, right? In my opinion, the trade-off is not worth it because it is such a big device. I mean, hopefully I don't scratch the display, but the 11 inch, the whole iPad fits inside the 12.9 inch display. It is a big tablet compared to the 11 inch. So I'm gonna put this back to the side. I don't wanna carry this around, and I thought that I would be able to adjust to it like a lot of people said that I would, but for me, this is just too big, too unwieldy, especially if you slap a Magic Keyboard on there, which is another reason why I didn't wanna go 12.9, because then I have to fork over another 300 some odd dollars for a bigger Magic Keyboard, which I don't wanna do. I already got one for that. Now, if this is your only device, to be fair, maybe you do wanna go with the 12.9 inch so that you do have extra real estate when you want to video edit and things like that. But for me, I don't need a tablet this big. This is just too big. It's not portable. It's just not for me. Now, let's talk about mini LED because that is the biggest reason why a lot of us wanted to go from 11 inch to 12.9 inch right after this. Now, before we move forward, if you like this video so far, do me a favor and smash that like button. Y'all don't understand how important that thumbs up is. If you dislike the video with your punk self, go ahead and hit that dislike button 2 times, and if you're not part of the fam, now would be a great time for you to go ahead and join the squad. Hit the subscribe button below and turn on notification bell so that you get notified when new videos go up. Go ahead and do that. Okay, let's talk about mini LED because like I said, this is a reason why a lot of us wanted to go for the 12.9 inch. The mini LED display is amazing, but a big but, and I'm not talking about the ones that you might find at your local club. It's amazing, but it's not so amazing that I felt like I need to just turn around and ditch the 11 inch because let's just be real. the 11-inch display is freaking fantastic. You only really notice a difference when it's next to mini LED. So is mini LED better? Obviously it is. It's a brighter display. The blacks are inky black, so if you into like viewing in, you know, dark rooms and stuff like that, that it will make a difference. You will notice that the blacks on the M1 12.9 inch are just superior to the 11-inch. However, again, it's not saying that that display is bad, because it's not. I think for most people, unless you see them side by side, you would not notice a difference, okay? And for most people, even if you could notice a difference, it's not that big of a difference to where I think you should go and spend another couple $100s to go with the 12.9 inch. Now, let's talk about HDR, because HDR is a big deal. If you consume a lot of HDR content, then maybe the 12.9 inch is for you, because HDR versus no HDR, it's no contest, right? If you don't consume a lot of HDR content, or if you don't need an HDR workflow, which is huge. If you don't need to film in HDR and then turn around and edit in HDR and export it, then HDR to me isn't a big deal. I'm gonna be honest, if I wanna watch something HDR, like a movie or something like that, I'm gonna go right over there to that TV. I'm gonna go right over there to that TV, that expensive TV hanging on the wall, before I watch it on the 12.9 inch display. Now, again, that's my use case. I'm not saying that this is your use case. However, the mini LED benefits, in my opinion, don't weigh enough to justify the cost. For me, I'm not saying it's the same for you, but for me, it's not worth the additional money to get a bigger tablet just to get a bigger display, which I am pissed at Apple for pigeonholing us like that. Listen, I'm about to go on a little rant. I don't care what y'all say. I have heard so many excuses. Oh, Apple didn't get 11-inch mini LED because of production, or listen, all of y'all can shut up. You can't tell me that the biggest silicon manufacturer, maybe not the biggest, but damn sure the savviest and the one that's leading the trends on everything, couldn't figure out how to get the 11-inch iPad Pro to have mini LED. I don't buy it. I don't want to hear your excuses. Not acceptable, okay? But anyways, moving on from mini LED to performance. Performance, I feel like, is a mixed bag. And I don't feel like it's fair, because I feel like Apple gave us half the story with the 12.9 inch. They gave us half the story. They gave us this M1 chip, which we know is hugely powerful at every other freaking device out there. They put it in the iPad Pro with more RAM, with the same freaking operating system that does not benefit from M1 to most people, right? Is it faster? Yes, it's faster. It's faster like if you need to batch export a ton of photos in Lightroom, or it's faster if you need to transfer files back and forth because it has Thunderbolt. It's faster because it's an M1 chip, so exporting the video, which in my test in my last video, which I'll link up there, you might be surprised, this kept up with that, but that's because LumaFusion isn't fully optimized for M1. But you get what I'm saying. M1 is faster, but it's not faster to a point where you need to spend another $400, because this bad boy right here, I have never felt like this was slow, and this has been able to beast through anything I ever thrown at, and that's 4K 422 footage, ingesting hundreds of photos. Like, I can throw anything at this 2020 iPad Pro because it's already overpowered and it's never missed a beat. Now, I know a lot of it has to deal with RAM limitations and stuff like that, and we may see some changes with WWDC, but in its current state, which I can't talk about what's gonna happen next week, in its current state, this one does not offer a big enough performance advantage, in my opinion, to spend more money over the last year's version. Whether you should buy the last year's version or this version, totally up to you. I feel like you can get a great deal on the 2020 and still get a bomb iPad, but on the flip side, I do feel like you should always buy newest generation because of software updates, warranty, stuff like that. So I'm gonna let you make that decision. But from performance perspective, I don't feel like M1 in its current state with iPad OS currently limiting the M1 chip is worth spending the money. Also, I don't think that Apple is gonna do anything to cannibalize their MacBook Pro or other professional line of computer sales. If they sit here and give all of these Pro apps to the M1 iPad, who's gonna buy the MacBook Pro, which we all know that Apple would prefer us to buy Mac Minis, iMacs, MacBook Pros, you know what I'm saying. I don't think that they about to sit around and give this all these Pro apps like we think they're going to. Also, I don't think iPad OS 15 is gonna give us this revolutionary new file system that's gonna replace Macs and all that stuff. So listen, that's just my theory. But anyways, neither here nor there. Performance, I don't feel like in its current state is a big of enough improvement for me to spend extra money over last year's model. The last thing I was interested in was center stage, and although center stage is dope, it's not a feature that I have to have. So I'm not really mad about not having it on my 2020. The next question that you probably have is, Terry, why not just get the 11-inch 2021 model? And after WWDC, if there's enough there, I may potentially sell off this one to upgrade to the 11-inch. But in its current state, I don't feel like this is worth me keeping it over the one I already have. It's bigger. Mini LED is good, not that good. Thunderbolt speeds are faster, not that much faster to make a difference in my case. I don't mind waiting the extra 20 seconds. Would I prefer to have it faster? Obviously, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Center stage is dope. M1 is dope, but it's not really realized right now with iPad OS. So I said all of that to say, I'm gonna return the 2021 M1 iPad Pro. I said it, it's over with, it's done. I've made it no secret that I was not sure if I was gonna keep this iPad, and after using it for 2 weeks, I have finally come to the conclusion that this bad baby is gonna go back to the Apple store. Now, again, after WWDC, I might have to eat crow. I may consider going from 11-inch to 11-inch 2021 if there's enough benefit from the software that we may get, but we're not gonna get that till fall. So I don't even know if I'm gonna make a move at this point, right? Because I could wait and potentially just get a used one or something like that, but neither here nor there. I'm curious to know what y'all think about this whole iPad debacle. I feel totally ripped by Apple with this 12.9, but I wanna know what you think, your decision that you're making. And if you think I'm crazy or not, go ahead and leave all of that in the comments down below. I will be down there kicking it with y'all. Y'all can go crazy. YouTube can't hold us back, okay? So I'm out of here. Till next time. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out. Terry Warfield. Peace.